done two parts of the chapter Fiber to Fabrics, class 6, third chapter. In the last part, second part, we have discussed about what is a yarn, what is a fabric, and how yarn can be prepared from a fabric. All these things we have discussed. We have discussed spinning, spinning, etc. Now in this part, we are going to discuss about how a fabric can be prepared from a yarn. Yarn we have already prepared. Now how a fabric can be prepared from a yarn. So we are having two methods, two processes mainly which we are using for preparing a fabric from a yarn. First is weaving. First is weaving and second is knitting. These are the two processes which we use for making a fabric from a yarn. So the first process, weaving. Weaving means when we use two set of yarns. When two set of yarns are arranged together to make a fabric, this is called weaving. So in weaving we are using two set of yarns. Okay, in weaving we are using two set of yarns, and in knitting we are using only one yarn. In knitting we use only one yarn. So let us first discuss about weaving. To explain weaving properly, I am going to show you some activity which is a very interesting activity. In this activity you need for doing this activity you need two colored papers. Two different color papers, and they should be cut in a square shape. So we have to cut the papers in a square shape like this. Then we have to fold this paper like this. We have to fold the paper. Okay children, so I have folded both the papers like this. Okay, now we have to start cutting these papers on the folds. First you have to unfold the paper like this, and on these folds you have to start cutting this paper. Both the papers like this. So you don't have to cut the whole paper. You have to leave some space around 1 centimeter above. You don't have to cut the whole paper. You have to leave some space like this. Okay children, so I have cut both the papers like this. You have to make this type of strips. Now start weaving. We have to weave these two, and for weaving we have to arrange these two papers like this. One paper like this and another paper like this, and in this way we have to start weaving. Now let us start weaving. So children, you can look here. This is your paper mat. Your paper mat is ready. And on the corners we can use this type of colored tape. So it will look beautiful and it will unlock. It will not open. So in this way, this is one paper mat. Another paper mat also I have made. You can look here. This is again a paper mat. So we are having two types of paper mat here. You can weave this type of paper mat. This is a very good activity. So, but this paper, in paper mat we have used these paper strips which are very much thick. In actual case, our yarns are much thinner than these paper strips. So, those yarns are weaved by using a machine called loom. Those yarns are weaved by using a machine called loom. These machines, it may be operated manually or it can be power operated. So, we use loom for weaving. Another thing is knitting. Second process by which we make fabric from the yarn is knitting. In knitting, we use a single yarn. We use only one yarn. So children, I can show you how knitting can be done. You must have seen your grandmother or your mother knitting sweaters. So let me show you how knitting can be done by using a single yarn. This is a single yarn. Okay, this is a single yarn. And I am using two needles. I am using two needles to knit. To knit a sweater like this. By using two needles, I can knit a sweater I can knit a sweater by using these two needles. So in this way you can knit the sweater. Another thing which we can use is we can use a single needle here. By using a single needle also, single needle and a single yarn. In knitting we have to use only single yarn. By using a single needle also we can knit. In this way we can do knitting by using a single needle also. So children, by using a single needle also, I can knit a sweater or any other thing. So in this way knitting can be done. I have knit this much by using a single yarn. I can show you. This is prepared by using a single needle and a single yarn. After knitting, we can have this type of wall hanging, okay, for decoration. It can be used for decoration. So this is about knitting, in which another important thing is when you do knitting by using a single yarn, by stretching a single yarn, you can unravel the whole fabric. In this way you can prepare the fabric, and by stretching or by pulling a single yarn, you can unravel the whole thing. Same way here also, which I have prepared, in which I have used a single needle like this. By stretching or by pulling a thread, you can unravel the whole fabric. Same thing happens in the socks also. When one thread comes out and when you pull out the thread, the whole socks can be unraveled. Okay, so this is all about weaving and knitting. These are the two processes by which fabric can be prepared from a yarn. Another topic is history of fabric. Another is history of cloths. So in history of cloths, early humans, they don't know about cloths, they don't know about fabrics. So at that time they used to drape, they used to cover their body by using big leaves, bark of the tree. They use bark, big leaves, and they covered their body by using skin of animals, fur of animals, skin, fur. So these things were used at that time. But gradually people learned how to do agriculture. They started agriculture and then they learned how to cultivate different things. Then they started cultivating cotton also, and gradually they learned how to weave different things by using, initially they started weaving by using twigs and grasses. They started weaving mats and basket, etc. But later on they learned how to weave a fabric from cotton. They started cultivating cotton at the regions near the river Ganga and started using the fabrics made of cotton. But still then they don't know how to stitch cloths. They started making fabrics and they started using, they used to drape the fabrics around their different body parts, but they don't know how to stitch the cloths. Later on they, with the invention of the sewing needle, they come to know how to stitch a cloth. So when they learned stitching cloths, they started preparing different varieties of cloths like shirts, pants, kurta pajama, salwar suit and so many things. But children, till now, everybody knows, now we all know that how stitching can be done, how different variety of cloths and fabrics can be prepared. But till now, there are some cloths which are used unstitched. For example, lungi, turban, this dupatta and sari, dhoti. These cloths are still, they are used as unstitched, though we all know how to stitch the cloths, but they are used as it is unstitched nowadays also. Okay, so this is all about the history of cloths. Now let us revise all the things what we have done in all these three parts in short. cotton rolls are converted into fibers by ginning. Then these fibers are converted into yarns. These fibers are converted into yarns by the process of spinning. S-P-I-N-N-I-N-G. Then these yarns are converted into fabrics by using two methods. First is weaving and knitting. Weaving and knitting. So this is all about the chapter. Cotton rolls are converted into fibers by using ginning, which is a combing process. Then fibers are converted into yarns by spinning. In spinning, we were using charkha and hand spindle, that is a takli. Then yarns are converted into fabrics by weaving and knitting. So children, this is all about this chapter. Thank you all of you and have a wonderful day.